Today I want to talk about getting away from this idea that every single season you need to run back to the garden center, buy more bags, buy more bottles, buy more soil, buy more fertility, and basically rent your garden from somebody else. Because that's really what a lot of modern gardening has become. People out here trying to grow food, trying to grow medicine, trying to build healthy soil, and the whole system is set up to keep you dependent. You need this product, then you need this booster, then this amendment. You're starting over again. Just doesn't make sense. And nature doesn't work like that. A real garden gets better with time. A real garden starts cycling nutrients. A real garden starts building structure. A real garden starts holding water better, feeding microbes better, and supporting stronger plants because the whole system is getting more alive, not more depleted. That's the direction I want to go in. That's the direction I want to help other people move in, towards homesteading, towards self reliance, towards building something that can feed itself more and more every year. Soil biology and living roots are a huge part of that. Diverse cover crops and perennial crops help feed the food soil web, cycle nutrients, improve water infiltration, and build structure over time. So, in this episode, we're going to build a simple flower bed or food bed using a 2x4 or a 4x4 or 4x8 layout. We're not building it the expensive way. We're building it like people who understand that the bottom half of the bed does not need to be premium bagged soil. We're building a lasagna garden. The bottom 50% can be your cheaper bulk: logs, small wood, twigs, sticks, rough carbon, stuff that would otherwise get thrown away. Over that, you put cardboard, and over that, you put your green waste: kitchen scraps, leafy greens, fruit waste, cutting from your own yards, maybe even chop the same garden bed once it comes up and start moving it over to somewhere else, to use to fill up that space. So if you have a flower bed, you can chop that flower bed's greens and use that for the greens for the next one, right? And you can keep expanding your flower bed that way. Then on top of that, you put 6 to 10 inches of topsoil. That gets you a much larger bed for a fraction of the price. And over time, the lower layers break down to become part of the fertility engine. That same basic organic layering approach lines up with what soil health guides describe: residuals, organic matter, improved health, soil tilth, water movement, nutrient cycle, microbial life as they decompose. This process was called lasagna gardening. It was pretty big after World War II, and it's basically what the United States government told people to do in case of, terrible fallout from the World War. People need to be able to make their own food. But it's also a great way to just save money, or to take care of your own yard when you don't have enough money to get all this compost and grow all these vegetables. Well, you can do it at home. It's a lot cheaper that way. And that's the point people miss. You're not just filling a box, you're building a slow digestive system. You're building a place where carbon and green waste can break down through fungi, bacteria, insects, worms, moisture, roots, and time. You're building a place where roots go down, residuals come back up, and the whole thing starts acting less like dirt and more like an ecosystem. That hidden network matters. Living soil, roots, organic residues feed the soil food web. The bacteria, the fungi, the arthropods, the nematodes, the earthworms that drive the nutrient cycle and help water move into and throughout the soil. Now, before we get into the plant list, let's talk about homegrown fertility. Because a lot of what people throw away can actually become part of the system. Wood ash is one. Wood ash has useful nutrients in it, especially potassium, and it also contains micronutrients, including boron. But this is one of those things where a little can help, but too much can wreck your balance. Because wood ash also raises your soil pH. So this is not something you dump in just big piles because it came from your stove or from your fire, but thin applications, thorough applications, respectful to the rate that is recommended, which I didn't look up, but you can. Wood ash can supply potassium and micronutrients, including boron, but also acts like a liming mineral and can raise pH to cause problems if overapplied. So another one to look at is bone meal. And you're thinking bone meal, I buy a lot all the time, but you also may eat meat. So people buy bone meal to put phosphorus, into the ground. It's released slowly. It adds some calcium, but while it's a good nutrient, you don't have to buy it from the store. You're building long-term soil health through using this stuff, but you eat fish, you can eat meat, and then scrape the meat off, and then you cook it real long, real slow, roast it, and you get it real dry. And then you can grind it up, and then you have bone meal for your garden. So fish meal from fish bones, or bone meal from like your steaks or stuff like that. Chicken bones work too. The important thing is drying it out so that there's no bacteria and stuff like that left, no meat left on it, just the bones, and you dry it up and you grind it up. That releases very slowly into the nutrient system. Fish bone meal releases quicker. If you live near the ocean, you can also legally and responsibly harvest seaweed. That's another resource. Rinse off the salt, soak it lightly if needed, grind it, dry it. Now you've got rough seaweed meal. Some people even use the ash. The reason kelp and seaweed products got so popular is that they contain bioactive compounds people use as biostimulants, including hormones and hormone-like compounds associated with seedling vigor, root, and stress tolerance, such as gibberellic acid. The same thing with coconut water. If you actually had coconuts growing where you live, that's not just a drink, that's plant input. Coconut water has a long history as being used as a natural supplement in plant tissue culture and micropropagation, and I wouldn't build an entire fertility program around that, but it fits into the bigger point. Useful plant inputs exist in nature and in food systems long before we ever got bottled and branded nutrients. And then there's fish. I'm not trying to turn this into a whole episode on aquaponics, but I do want to make room for fish waste, fish emulsification, and those beautiful small natural systems people build where fish, plants, water movement, and biology all work together. I've seen setups like, I want to say, Yellow Skunk Gardens, where it's not just functional, it's alive, it's peaceful, it's a basement ecosystem and part of art piece. It's the whole spirit of this episode, not sterile growing, not industrial gardening, it's living system. Now, I also want to say this clearly. Natural does not mean unlimited. People hear living soil and think that means that everything in there, wood ash, Epsom salt, eggshells, fermented ice water, kitchen scraps, all of it, non-stop. But biology still has limits. Too much salts is too much salts. Too much pH swing is too much pH swing. Too much magnesium can interfere with calcium uptake. Eggshells contain calcium, but they break down slowly. So they're not some instant fix for plant problems. The lesson is moderation. Use things with intention, not because they sound earthy, that Epsom salt is not generally a cure-all, and that excess magnesium can cause problems, while eggshells are slow release to become plant available. So what does that really mean? You need to calculate how and when to use things. You need a little bit of balance, or not to use too much. You need to know that some stuff that you're using might be washing out very quickly, and some stuff may sit inside the medium for a medium amount of time, and some stuff may sit in there for a long period of time to break down. And you kind of need the right balance of things, or just to hit it with the quick stuff when you need the quick stuff, and to make sure that you have enough long stuff in there that it gets the long stuff that it needs. I'm kind of playing more like that. For food plants, I want Siberian pea shrub, Jerusalem artichoke, asparagus, rhubarb, and chives, Egyptian walking onion, and American groundnut. That's the kind of list I like because it starts changing how you think. You stop asking, what do I buy this spring? And start asking, what can I establish once and harvest for years? Jerusalem artichoke is a good example. It's a perennial sunflower with edible tubers. It can be spread aggressively, and it drills down into the soil, leaving, tubes for the water to go through once it rots away. And as nutrients as it absorbs it up and takes it from the lower and takes it up. And it's also something you can eat. So if you leave it out there, it's good for the field. And if you take it inside the house, you can eat it. Then I want a second layer, the support plants. These might not be there forever, but they're still there to shape the soil, to feed biology, break compaction, mine nutrients, and protect the surface, hold nitrogen, and support pollinators. Comfrey is one of the big ones because people use it as a chop and drop nutrient plant. Daikon radish, spelled Daikon, is a major soil structure plant because that deep taproot can break through compacting and scavenging nutrients from down below. So it breaks through hard stuff. It takes up nitrate from deep within the profile. Clover is classic for nitrogen. It takes it out the air and drops it into the top layer as you chop it down. Hairy vetch is another serious nitrogen plant. Alfalfa brings deep rooting, biomass, and soil building potential, harvesting stuff like phosphorus from deep down in the soil. Field peas, fava beans, cowpeas, sun hemp, all fit in that broader nitrogen and biomass category too. And a lot of these with the deeper roots that I say that they're for mining minerals, they're getting phosphorus from deep into the soil with their roots, tap roots, and then bringing it up. And then as the plant dies, you chop it, and that goes into the top layer of soil. Sun hemp is another valuable one for suppressing certain nematodes inside the soil. Then you've got plants like buckwheat, chicory, sunflower, sorghum / Sudan grass, mustard, I want to say Felicia, Phacelia, nettles, and even Jerusalem artichoke. They just got rules in supporting nature and supporting the microbe life. And you can chop these things down every year and build a new flower bed out of it. Like I was talking about putting that wood down. You dig down into the, like a foot, 2 feet. You put down halfway with the logs, and then twigs on top, and cardboard on top of that. Then you put your green on top of that. And then that top quarter of it, you just put the topsoil on top of that. All that stuff over the year, it's going to break down. And the next year, you're going to have very good soil there. Buckwheat is another one of my favorites in this conversion because it grows fast, covers ground quickly, suppresses weeds, and is especially noted for helping mobilize phosphorus. Sorghum Sudan grass is a beast for biomass and root action in this hard ground. Felicia, well, the one I can't spell or pronounce, is excellent for pollinators and beneficial insects and can also help with weed suppression. This is where the garden stops being just a place you harvest from and start being a place where every plant has a job. And that's the bigger lesson here. When those roots go deep, they're not just occupying space. They're interacting with microbes, they're changing structure, they're pulling feeding zone, and when those leaves get chopped, or those roots die back, or those plants finish their cycle, they're not gone, they're returned. They become organic matter. They become microbial food. They become carbon and nutrients from the nutrient cycle. And that's how you start pulling fertility out of time and biology instead of out of your wallet. When those roots go deep, they're not just occupying space. They're interacting with microbes, they're changing structure, they're pulling nutrients from below the shallow feeding zone. And when those leaves get chopped, or those roots die back, or those plants finish their cycle, they're not gone, turned. They become organic matter. They become microbial food, carbon, nutrients, part of the nutrient cycles for the next round. That's how you start pulling fertility out of time and biology instead of out of your wallet. Think about timing. A good garden shouldn't only be useful for one season. You want roots in different depths, different flowering windows, different plant architectures, different growth speeds. You want some plants feeding pollinators early and some later. You want some plants built for summer and some for cool weather. Some for chop and drop, some for food, some for structure, and some for recovery. Flowering cover crops can support pollinators and beneficial insects, and staggered bloom periods will help fill in those resource gaps. So if I was starting from scratch, I'd build the bed cheap and smart. I'd layer it. I get my topsoil only where it counts. I'd establish my perennials early, and I'd mix in support species that fix nitrogen and phosphorus, open the soil, mine minerals, and feed insects. I stopped treating fertility like something that only came from a bottle, and I start thinking like a person building land instead of just growing one crop. Because that's really what this is. It's not a flower bed. It's not even a garden. It's a system. A system that gets stronger if you stop interrupting it. A system that can feed your plants, your compost, your pollinators, and eventually your whole yard. The lawn stops being wasted space. The lawn stops being trash. The stick stops being trash. The garden scraps stop being trash. The weeds stop being meaningless. Everything becomes a resource. And that's when gardening stops becoming shopping and starts becoming freedom.